Welcome, dear soul. Take a deep breath and allow the air to move gently through you. Here, in this space, there is no rush. No need to do, to achieve, or to strive. Only to be, only to listen. You are entering a sacred moment, a sanctuary of calm and awareness, where science meets spirit and sound becomes the language of healing. This is the science behind energy healing, a journey through vibration, light, and the quiet intelligence of the body. Together, we will explore how ancient wisdom and modern science weave a single truth, that everything, including you, is energy in motion, and that harmony is the most natural state of all. So as you listen, allow the words to flow through you, not just as ideas, but as gentle waves of remembrance. You may wish to close your eyes, let your breath deepen, and, if it feels right, bring one hand to your heart. Feel that subtle rhythm beneath your palm. That pulse is your song, your frequency, and it has been guiding you here all along. Let us begin. Introduction: The Science Behind Energy Healing by Sophia Harper. If you've found yourself here, listening to these words, there's a good chance that something inside you is seeking balance, peace, or renewal. Perhaps the weight of daily life has left your mind tired, your body tense, or your heart quietly longing for something more. A return to stillness, a reconnection with your essence, a remembering of what wholeness feels like. You are not alone. We live in a world that moves faster than the rhythm of our own hearts. A world filled with constant motion, noise, and distraction. But beneath all that movement lies a simple, beautiful truth. Healing is not only possible, it is already within you. Sometimes, all it takes is tuning in. This book, and this listening journey, is a gentle invitation to rediscover the subtle power of energy that surrounds and animates all life. It is an exploration of healing frequencies, the natural vibrations of sound, light, and movement that live within every living being. Through each chapter, we will uncover how these frequencies influence your body and mind, and how you can use them with simplicity and awareness to restore balance, release tension, and awaken your inner vitality. You will hear stories of transformation, scientific discoveries that affirm what ancient traditions have always known, and gentle practices that you can bring into your everyday life, even if only for a few quiet minutes each day. You do not need to be a scientist, nor a healer, nor a spiritual teacher to understand this. You only need to listen, perhaps in a way you never have before. Because healing is not found in complexity. It begins in awareness. In the moment you remember that your body, your thoughts, your emotions, and the world around you are all part of the same field of vibration. When you breathe deeply, you are already changing your frequency. When you listen with presence, you are already aligning with peace. When you open your heart, you are already healing. So, as this journey begins, let the sound of each word carry you inward, toward stillness, toward balance, toward the quiet harmony that has always been your truest nature. Welcome to the science behind energy healing. Chapter 1: The Essence of Healing Frequencies. In the quiet pulse of the universe, everything vibrates. Every atom, every cell, every particle hums with invisible motion. This constant rhythm of creation is the foundation of all that exists, from the stars in distant galaxies to the beating of your own heart. When you begin to sense this vibration, not only as an idea but as a living truth within you, you step into the world of healing frequencies. Healing frequencies are not just tones or sounds. They are the subtle expressions of energy that hold the power to restore harmony where there is imbalance. Ancient cultures knew this instinctively. They listened to the heartbeat of the earth, they sang to the stars, and they understood that every element of life, sound, light, color, and movement, carries its own vibration and its own medicine. Imagine sitting beside a river, listening to the soft rhythm of flowing water. Your breath naturally slows to match the movement. Your mind quiets, your muscles release. This is resonance in its purest form, the meeting of two vibrations that find harmony with one another. Healing frequencies work in the same way. They invite your body and mind to remember their natural rhythm, the rhythm of peace, vitality, and flow. To understand this more deeply, we begin with the science of vibration. Everything in the universe is energy. Energy moves, oscillates, and vibrates at different rates, creating the material forms and sensations we experience. Sound is one form of vibration that travels through air, water, or matter, carrying information and emotion. Light, too, is vibration, existing as waves that move through space. Even thoughts and emotions generate measurable energetic patterns that affect not only our inner world, but the physical body itself. Your body is an orchestra of frequencies. The heart beats in one rhythm, the brain waves in another, the cells vibrate in countless microscopic symphonies. Together, they form the field of energy that is uniquely you. When all of these vibrations are in tune, you feel alive, balanced, and centered. But when stress, fear, or trauma interfere, disharmony arises, like an instrument slightly out of tune. This imbalance can manifest as fatigue, anxiety, pain, or illness. Healing frequencies offer a way to retune the body and mind, guiding them gently back toward harmony. These frequencies can be introduced through sound, through light, through touch, or even through intention. The method matters less than the awareness, the openness to vibration as the bridge between body and spirit. Long before science spoke of atoms or waves, humanity was already listening to the song of existence. In ancient temples of Egypt, priests used sacred chants to awaken the life force within the human body. In Greece, the philosopher Pythagoras taught that music was medicine, that harmony and sound could create harmony in the soul. Across Asia, sound and vibration were central to healing and meditation. Tibetan monks played singing bowls whose tones were said to mirror the vibration of the universe. In indigenous cultures, rhythmic drumming carried communities into trance states where the heartbeat of the drum connected human life with the pulse of the earth. These were not superstitions, but early understandings of what modern science now confirms. Sound and vibration influence the nervous system, alter brainwave patterns, and can restore balance to the body's natural frequencies. The ancients may not have had the words for neurons or frequencies in hertz, but they knew the feeling that peace and clarity could arise from sound. In recent decades, research has begun to reveal just how powerful vibration can be. Studies in neurobiology show that sound can alter brain activity, stimulating areas linked to emotion and relaxation. Listening to calming music or resonant tones can lower cortisol, the body's primary stress hormone, and increase alpha brainwaves associated with peaceful alertness. In hospitals, music therapy is now used to help patients manage pain, anxiety, and recovery. Even light, often overlooked as a healing force, has its own frequency and potential. Blue light helps regulate circadian rhythms, guiding the body between wakefulness and sleep. Red and infrared light can penetrate the skin to repair tissue and stimulate cellular energy. Just as sunlight nourishes life on Earth, so too can specific light frequencies nurture the human body at a cellular level. The bridge between ancient and modern knowledge lies in the principle of resonance. Resonance occurs when one vibrating system influences another to oscillate at the same frequency. It is why a tuning fork can cause another nearby fork of the same pitch to begin vibrating without physical contact. It is also why being near calm, balanced people can help you feel calmer. Their energy entrains yours. Your body responds to resonance constantly. When you hear a tone that aligns with your inner frequency, you may feel chills, warmth, or a quiet expansion within the chest. This is your energy field synchronizing, remembering balance. Healing frequencies use this natural responsiveness to reestablish alignment between mind and body. There is another phenomenon closely related to resonance: entrainment. Entrainment describes the way rhythmic patterns synchronize when brought into proximity. Your heartbeat can sync with a steady drum. Your breathing can slow to match the rhythm of ocean waves. On a cellular level, your body's systems seek coherence, preferring harmony to chaos. This is why gentle, rhythmic sound can calm the nervous system, stabilize mood, and even support immune function. To experience this consciously, pause for a moment and listen to the sounds around you. Perhaps there is a faint hum of electricity, the soft tick of a clock, or the quiet movement of your breath. Each sound carries frequency. As you listen, notice which ones feel harmonious and which ones feel dissonant. Without judgment, simply observe how your body reacts. In that awareness lies the beginning of energetic alignment. Healing, in this sense, is not something added from outside. It is something remembered from within. Sound, light, and vibration serve as mirrors, reflecting back the natural order that has always existed in you. Just as a musical instrument can be tuned back to its correct pitch, your energy field can be tuned back to coherence. This understanding changes the way we see health. It moves us from the idea of fighting illness to the idea of restoring balance. It shifts healing from the external, medicine, intervention, or correction, to the internal, awareness, resonance, and flow. Of course, physical medicine and modern science remain essential, but when combined with energetic awareness, healing becomes multidimensional. Consider how the body responds to a lullaby. A mother's song soothes a restless child, not only through melody, but through vibration. Her voice carries the frequency of safety and love. The sound waves reach the child's nervous system, slowing the heartbeat and quieting the mind. No words are needed. The energy itself heals. Or think of the peace that settles over you while listening to rain. The rhythmic pattern, the natural white noise, creates a cocoon of sound where the mind rests. This, too, is vibrational therapy, nature's way of returning us to the rhythm of life. Everything in existence, from the smallest cell to the largest star, seeks resonance. When two frequencies meet in harmony, energy flows freely. When frequencies clash, energy stagnates. Healing frequencies help dissolve this stagnation, releasing what has been held too tightly, old emotions, physical tension, or mental noise, allowing vitality to move again. Modern science has also begun to explore this in the realm of quantum physics. On the smallest scale, particles are not static objects but vibrating fields of potential energy. When we shift our focus from matter to energy, we understand that healing is not about changing the physical form, but about changing the vibrational state that underlies it. This does not mean abandoning reason or evidence. It means expanding the definition of what evidence is. The human body is both biological and energetic. Every thought, every feeling, every interaction produces a measurable electromagnetic effect. The heart generates an electromagnetic field detectable several feet away. Brainwaves transmit patterns that can synchronize with others nearby. When two people meditate together, their heart rhythms often begin to align. This is resonance in human form, a shared frequency of calm. To bring this awareness into your own life, begin with listening. Spend a few moments each day simply noticing the soundscape around you, the hum of the refrigerator, the murmur of distant traffic, the song of birds, or even the silence between sounds. Let your breath slow until you can hear its rhythm. That rhythm is your signature frequency, the one that carries you through every moment. As you deepen this listening, begin to experiment with tones and sounds that bring you peace. You might play soft instrumental music, a singing bowl, or simply hum a note that feels good in your chest. Notice how certain sounds seem to open you, while others contract your energy. The more you tune in, the more refined your sense of resonance becomes. This is not a practice of performance. It is a practice of remembrance. You are learning to hear yourself again. The quiet hum beneath thought, the living current beneath form. Healing frequencies are not an external phenomenon. They are the expression of your inner nature mirrored back to you through vibration. When you begin to live with awareness of vibration, everything changes. Words become energy. Environments become symphonies. Relationships become exchanges of resonance. You start to sense when something feels in tune and when it does not, and with that awareness, you begin to choose harmony again and again. Healing is not a single event. It is a rhythm, a gentle dance between awareness and surrender. Each breath invites recalibration. Each mindful pause retunes the soul. The journey of healing frequencies is, ultimately, the journey of returning to yourself, the part of you that has never been broken, never been out of rhythm, only waiting for you to listen once more. As you carry this understanding forward, remember that every sound, every color, every moment of stillness offers an opportunity to align with the music of existence. When you walk through the world, you are not separate from its vibration. You are part of its song. Take a deep breath. Feel the air move through you as energy, as sound, as life. This is your first act of tuning, a return to resonance. And when you listen deeply enough, you may find that the whole universe is singing with you. If this reflection has brought you peace, take a moment to breathe and let its vibrations settle within you. You are invited to subscribe to this channel for more calm journeys into the world of sound, light, and energy. Until the next chapter, stay gentle, stay present, and keep listening to your inner frequency. Chapter 2. The Music of the Body. Every being, every heartbeat, every breath carries a rhythm, a melody written not in notes on a page, but in waves of energy that move through and around us. Your body, dear listener, is not silent. It sings. It has always been singing. Sometimes the music is soft, like a breeze through trees, and sometimes it grows louder, calling for attention, asking you to listen. To understand the healing power of sound, we must first remember that our bodies are instruments, finely tuned, delicate, and profoundly responsive to vibration. Each cell within you hums with its own frequency. The membranes of your cells move rhythmically as they exchange energy and information. Your heartbeat, your breathing, even the firing of your neurons, all of it is vibration. This orchestra of movement forms what scientists call bioresonance, the unique energetic fingerprint of your body. When this internal orchestra plays in harmony, you feel alive and centered. But when stress, exhaustion, or emotional pain disturb that rhythm, the music falters. You may feel tightness in your chest, tension in your muscles, or heaviness in your thoughts. These sensations are your body's way of telling you that something is out of tune. Yet, just as a musician can retune her instrument, you too can restore your body's natural harmony, not through force, but through listening. The science of sound within. Sound is movement, waves of pressure that travel through air, water, or even the solid structures of our bones. When you speak, sing, or laugh, those vibrations ripple outward, touching everything around you. When sound enters your ears, it vibrates the eardrum and travels into the inner ear, where microscopic hairs translate vibration into electrical signals for the brain. The brain does not simply hear sound. It feels it. It interprets vibration through emotion, memory, and body chemistry. Scientists have discovered that different frequencies can influence our mental and emotional states. Low, slow rhythms can help synchronize the brain into theta waves, the state of meditation and healing. Faster, brighter tones stimulate beta waves, the state of alertness and focus. Between them lie alpha waves, calm, creative awareness. This natural synchronization between external sound and internal rhythm is called entrainment. When you listen to a heartbeat-like drum or a slow chant, your brainwaves begin to mirror that rhythm. Your breathing slows. Your muscles soften. Your mind finds ease. Music therapists use this principle every day. Soft, rhythmic music can lower blood pressure, reduce anxiety, and help patients recover faster from surgery. Even infants respond to lullabies with steadier heartbeats and calmer breathing. Sound does not just move through us, it moves us. The body as an instrument. Imagine the body as a vast symphony hall. Every organ, every system, every cell is both a listener and a musician. Your heart is the drum, keeping steady time. Your breath is the flute, weaving air through the melody. Your bones are the strings, carrying resonance deep within their structure. Your thoughts, they are the conductor, guiding the tempo and flow. When stress enters the body, the tempo speeds up, the conductor becomes restless. The melody of the body shifts into dissonance. Over time, this imbalance can manifest physically as pain or illness. But when we slow down, when we breathe consciously, when we listen, the conductor calms. The orchestra retunes itself. The heart, in particular, plays a profound role in this music. Modern research on heart coherence has shown that the rhythm of the heart directly influences the brain and nervous system. When you experience love, gratitude, or calm, the heart beats in smooth, coherent patterns. This coherence sends waves of harmony through the entire body, affecting everything from hormonal balance to immune strength. Sound can help us access this state. Certain tones, especially those resembling the rhythm of a relaxed heartbeat, encourage the heart to synchronize with them. In this way, sound becomes a bridge between emotion and physiology. The breath as a bridge. Breath is the body's most immediate expression of rhythm. It is the song of life itself, a melody that never stops until your final moment. When your mind races, your breath becomes shallow and erratic. When you are calm, it slows and deepens naturally. Sound and breath are intimately connected. When you hum, chant, or sing, you regulate your breath into consistent waves. The vibration produced during exhalation resonates throughout your body, especially in the chest and skull. This gentle internal massage stimulates the vagus nerve, a vital pathway between the brain and the body that helps regulate relaxation, digestion, and healing. Every exhale is an opportunity to retune. Every inhale invites new energy. You can try this now. Inhale slowly through your nose, feeling the air expand your chest. Exhale gently, letting your breath carry a soft hum. Feel that vibration in your lips, your face, your chest. This is your body's natural sound bath, simple, effortless, and profoundly balancing. When practiced daily, even for a few minutes, such vocal vibrations can reduce stress, lower heart rate, and release emotional tension stored in the body. The simplicity of this act reminds us that healing is not always found in grand rituals, but in the quiet resonance of breath and awareness. The emotional language of sound. Sound touches emotion more directly than words ever can. A single note can open a memory, evoke tears, or spark joy. The reason lies in the deep connection between the auditory system and the limbic brain, the part responsible for emotion and memory. When you hear a song that once meant something to you, your brain doesn't just recall the sound, it replays the feeling. A melody can transport you to another time, another self. Through this connection, sound becomes a pathway for emotional healing. Trauma, for example, is stored not only in the mind but in the body, in the muscles, the breath, the very rhythm of our heartbeat. Gentle, repetitive sounds such as chanting or drumming can help release this stored energy. The body begins to move again, emotions long held in silence begin to flow. In this way, sound acts as both a key and a bridge, unlocking what has been closed and reconnecting us to what has been forgotten. The power of silence. But where there is sound, there must also be silence. Silence is not the absence of sound, it is the space that allows sound to breathe. Without silence, music cannot exist. Without stillness, vibration cannot be felt. In our daily lives, silence often feels unfamiliar or uncomfortable. We fill it with noise, conversations, screens, constant motion, perhaps afraid of what we might hear if everything stopped. But in truth, silence is the most healing sound of all. When you sit in silence, your body begins to attune to subtler vibrations, the faint rhythm of your heart, the soft whisper of your breath. Within that quiet space, your inner music grows clearer. Meditation is the art of listening to this silence. Over time, as you practice being still, the boundary between inner and outer sound begins to fade. You realize that the quiet you seek has always been within you. Listening practice. Let us take a small moment together. Close your eyes if it feels right. Take a slow breath in and exhale softly. Now, simply listen. What do you hear? Perhaps distant sounds, a bird, a breeze, the faint hum of life around you. Perhaps you hear your own heartbeat, the gentle rush of air through your nose. Each sound carries a message. Each vibration invites you to return to presence. Now imagine your body as a great instrument, luminous, alive, radiant with tone. With every breath, you are tuning this instrument. With every moment of awareness, you polish its resonance. You don't need to control anything. The body knows its song. Your only task is to listen. Harmony between body and environment. Just as instruments respond to the acoustics of the room they're played in, your body responds to the vibrations of your environment. The energy of a space, its sounds, colors, and even the emotions of people within it subtly affects your frequency. That is why nature feels healing. The rustle of leaves, the rhythm of waves, the chirping of crickets, these natural sounds vibrate in patterns that the human body recognizes as safe and familiar. They resonate with the frequencies of life itself. When you spend time in such environments, your body unconsciously entrains to these gentle rhythms, restoring balance. In contrast, environments filled with mechanical noise, artificial lighting, or emotional tension can disturb this harmony. Over time, this dissonance may lead to fatigue, irritability, or physical imbalance. Awareness is the first step. When you become conscious of how sound affects your energy, you begin to choose what nourishes your inner music. This may mean spending more time in quiet places, listening to calming tones, or even filling your home with harmonious sounds, singing bowls, ocean recordings, or simple, heartfelt music. Healing, then, becomes a way of life, an ongoing act of curating your vibrational landscape. The music of connection. When we listen deeply, we discover that our music is not ours alone. The frequencies that move through your body also ripple through others. Emotions are contagious because energy is shared. When you speak kindly, your words carry vibration. When you touch with love, that vibration transfers through the skin and into the heart of another. This is why shared practices such as group chanting, prayer, or sound baths feel so powerful. The overlapping frequencies of many voices create a resonance field larger than any individual could produce alone. Within this shared vibration, boundaries dissolve and people feel unity, not as an idea, but as an experience. Science, too, supports this mystery. Studies using biofeedback show that when people meditate or breathe together, their heart rhythms begin to synchronize. Even in silence, our frequencies communicate. Healing, then, is not only personal, it is collective, a harmony we create together. Returning to the inner song. When you start to hear your body as music, life itself changes. You move more slowly, more deliberately. You speak with awareness, knowing that your voice carries energy. You listen not only with your ears, but with your whole being. The journey of sound healing is not about learning new information. It is about remembering how to listen. The body already knows what harmony feels like. Your task is simply to create the space for it to emerge. Each day, find a few moments to be with your body's music, to breathe, to hum, to listen. In doing so, you will find that the boundary between sound and silence fades, and what remains is pure presence. You are the instrument. You are the listener. You're the song. If this chapter brought you peace, take a deep breath and let it resonate through your heart. Until we meet again in the next chapter, may your heart remain open and your body in tune with the music of life. Chapter 3. Healing with Light. Light is the first language of creation. Before there was sound, before there was form, there was light, radiant, infinite, and alive. Every sunrise, every flame, every shimmer on water is a whisper of that primordial energy. Within that light lives the memory of wholeness, the silent pulse that connects everything that breathes, grows, and dreams. You, too, are made of light. Every atom in your body was born in the heart of a star. The cells that build your skin, your eyes, your heart, carry that same radiant essence, a sacred geometry of illumination. Science calls it biophotonic energy, tiny particles of light that pulse within living cells, transmitting information and guiding biological functions. Ancient mystics called it the aura, the radiant field that surrounds and animates the body. Though separated by time and language, both speak of the same truth, that light is not just around us, it is within us. The language of light. Light is vibration, moving faster than sound. It travels as waves and photons, each frequency carrying its own color and effect. Red vibrates slowly, grounding us in vitality and warmth. Orange flows with creativity and sensuality. Yellow brightens the mind, awakening clarity and focus. Green balances and heals. Blue cools, soothes, and brings calm. Indigo deepens intuition. Violet opens the spirit to the unseen. These are not just symbolic associations, they are energetic realities. Every wavelength of light affects the body differently. Sunlight, for example, stimulates the production of serotonin, the hormone of joy and wakefulness. In the absence of light, melatonin rises, inviting rest and renewal. Our emotions, too, respond to color. A crimson sunset can stir passion and awe. A blue morning sky can soften anxiety. The green of a forest resets the nervous system and invites the heart to expand. In essence, light shapes our biology, our moods, and even our thoughts. The body as a prism. Imagine your body as a prism. Pure white energy flows through you, and as it moves, it refracts into many colors, expressing every aspect of your being. When all colors shine together, they create clarity and brilliance. But when one color dims through stress, fatigue, or emotional pain, the whole spectrum loses balance. Healing with light is about restoring that full spectrum, allowing every color, every frequency of your being to shine freely again. Your skin absorbs light, your eyes translate it, and your cells respond to it. Scientists have discovered that mitochondria, the tiny powerhouses inside each cell, are particularly responsive to red and near-infrared light. This discovery led to what is now known as photobiomodulation or red light therapy, which helps cells repair tissue, reduce inflammation, and increase vitality. But light healing does not depend only on technology. The simplest, purest form of light medicine is sunlight itself. Spending time under the morning sun, allowing it to touch your skin and enter your eyes, balances your hormones, strengthens immunity, and lifts mood. Sunlight carries the energy of rhythm, reminding your body of time, season, and life cycles. When you awaken with the sun, your body remembers its connection to the Earth's own pulse. The emotional spectrum of light. Each emotion you feel has a frequency, a color, and a movement. Joy radiates bright gold. Compassion flows in gentle pink. Grief, though heavy, often glows in deep indigo. Anger burns with red heat, while serenity cools into silver blue. You can work with these emotional colors consciously. When you feel ungrounded or scattered, visualize red light flowing into your root, strong, steady, and alive. When sadness lingers, imagine green light washing through your heart, cleansing and soothing it. When your thoughts become tangled, bring in violet light, the color of transformation, to clear and elevate them. This practice is not mere imagination. It is energetic alignment. The brain responds to imagery and frequency in much the same way as physical stimuli. When you visualize light, your body shifts. When you breathe color into a space within you, you alter its vibration. Over time, this becomes a way to communicate with your energy, not through words, but through light itself. Light and the nervous system. The human nervous system is exquisitely sensitive to light. Your eyes are extensions of your brain, receptors that translate wavelengths into meaning. But beyond sight, light influences the autonomic nervous system, the delicate balance between activation and rest. Exposure to natural daylight increases serotonin and dopamine, enhancing mood and motivation. As evening comes, darkness signals the release of melatonin, guiding you into sleep. This daily dance between light and dark orchestrates nearly every rhythm in the body, digestion, heart rate, metabolism, and emotional regulation. When we lose connection to natural light, spending our days under artificial illumination and our nights in glowing screens, these rhythms begin to distort. We feel tired yet restless, alert yet unfocused. Healing begins when we return to nature's light: morning sun, moonlight, candlelight. Each kind of light carries its own intelligence. The golden warmth of dawn awakens the spirit. The blue clarity of midday focuses the mind. The silver stillness of moonlight quiets the heart. The flicker of flame teaches impermanence, a reminder that all things burn, fade, and renew again. To heal with light is to participate consciously in this great rhythm. The ancient keepers of light. Across civilizations, light has been revered as divine medicine. In Egypt, the sun god Ra was the source of life and resurrection. In India, the practice of takkata, gazing into a flame, was used to sharpen intuition and purify the mind. In Greece, temples were built so that beams of sunlight would illuminate the altars of healing gods. In Christianity, saints were depicted with halos, not as decoration, but as signs of radiant consciousness. These traditions understood what science is now rediscovering: that light does not only illuminate the world, it illuminates the soul. The mystics taught that inner light and outer light are reflections of one another. When your heart is open and your thoughts are clear, your energy field brightens. People may even sense your glow without understanding why. This radiance is not vanity, it is vitality. It is life energy made visible. The practice of receiving light. You can invite light into your daily life in simple, intentional ways. When you wake in the morning, open your curtains and let sunlight touch your face. Breathe it in. Feel it enter through your eyes, down your spine, into your heart. Whisper softly, "I receive." During your day, seek color. Surround yourself with hues that lift and balance your mood. A vase of flowers, a piece of art, a candle's flame. Each carries frequency. At night, dim the lights. Allow darkness to cradle you. Remember that rest is also a form of light, the invisible kind that nurtures growth from within. If you wish to practice consciously, try this short visualization. Close your eyes. Take a deep, gentle breath. Above your head, imagine a sphere of golden white light. As you breathe in, let that light flow down through the crown of your head, filling your body from within. Let it move through your throat, your chest, your abdomen, your legs, until it reaches your feet. Feel warmth, tingling, or simply presence. Now exhale slowly, imagining that light radiating outward, blessing the space around you. With each breath, you are both receiving and giving. You are remembering that you and light are not separate. The science behind color and healing. Modern research continues to reveal what intuition has long known. Color therapy, also known as chromotherapy, uses specific wavelengths of light to influence mood and physiology. Blue light, for example, has been shown to lower blood pressure and calm the mind. Green light can ease migraine pain and reduce anxiety. Red light stimulates circulation and cellular repair. While these findings appear new, they echo ancient knowledge that color is consciousness made visible and that the right frequency, offered with awareness, can restore balance where there is discord. Our skin, our eyes, and even our DNA respond to light as information. When cells receive coherent, harmonious light, they function optimally. When deprived or overstimulated by artificial frequencies, imbalance occurs. Healing with light, therefore, is less about technique and more about relationship, the conscious recognition of light as a living presence in your life. The inner light. Beyond the external sources of illumination lies the deepest mystery of all, the inner light. This light is not seen with the eyes, but felt with the heart. It is the spark that remains even in darkness, the awareness that never fades. Every culture has a name for it: soul, spirit, divine essence, consciousness. Meditation is the art of meeting this inner light. When you close your eyes and turn inward, You may begin to see flashes of color, soft radiance, or a gentle brightness behind the eyelids. These are not hallucinations. They are glimpses of your inner illumination becoming visible. As you sit quietly, the light grows steadier. It expands through your heart, through your body, until it feels as though you are made entirely of light. In that moment, healing is complete, not because something has changed, but because you have remembered what you truly are. This experience cannot be forced. It can only be allowed. The more you listen, breathe, and open, the more it reveals itself. Living as light. To live as light is to walk the world with awareness, compassion, and radiance. It is to see yourself not as separate from others, but as part of a luminous web of existence. When you smile at a stranger, your light touches them. When you forgive, your light expands. When you speak gently, you amplify harmony in the collective field. Light is contagious. One candle can ignite 1,000 others without losing its own flame. In the same way, every act of kindness spreads illumination through the world. This is the highest form of energy healing, living as a beacon of presence. The healer becomes the light itself. Reflection. Take a slow breath and imagine yourself bathed in soft, golden light. Let it flow through your body, filling every cell with warmth and vitality. Feel the edges of your being dissolve into that radiance. Here, there is no separation, only light, breathing as you. You are not just a receiver of light. You are its source. Every thought, every word, every heartbeat sends light into the world. May you remember this truth in every moment, that you are the sunrise, the candle, the star, and the flame. And in your illumination, others find their way home. If this chapter has brought warmth to your heart, take a deep breath and let its light settle gently within you. Until the next chapter, may your path be bright, and may your heart shine ever softly in the rhythm of light. Chapter 4: Vibrational Medicine. Everything that exists vibrates. Every sound, every color, every thought, every breath, all are waves in an infinite ocean of motion. This is not a metaphor. It is the foundation of life itself. Science, mysticism, and the quiet knowing of the human heart all point toward the same truth. The universe is music, and you are one of its notes. Vibrational medicine is the art and science of using frequency to bring the body, mind, and spirit back into harmony. It is a language older than words and deeper than thought, a communication that happens at the level of energy. When we speak of vibration, we are speaking of movement, rhythm, and resonance. These invisible waves shape our experiences, our health, and our consciousness. To understand this field is to rediscover what your body already knows, that energy is both your nature and your medicine. The body as frequency. Your body is not a solid object. It is a symphony of vibration. Under a microscope, cells pulse with rhythmic motion. Electrons swirl around atomic centers, creating electromagnetic fields. Even your DNA emits measurable frequencies, a biological song that guides the growth and repair of your body. Every organ has its own natural resonance. The heart vibrates differently from the liver. The brain sings in its own electrical rhythm. Together, they form a field, an orchestra of frequencies that make up your energy signature. When this orchestra is in tune, you feel radiant, grounded, and alive. When stress, fear, or trauma enter, certain notes fall out of harmony. The rhythm stutters. You might experience fatigue, anxiety, or pain, signals that your vibration has become dissonant. Vibrational medicine does not attack or suppress these signals. It listens. It tunes. It invites harmony to return. The science of frequency. Frequency is simply the rate at which something vibrates, measured in cycles per second or hertz Hz. Human hearing perceives vibrations between roughly 20 and 20,000 hertz, yet our bodies respond to frequencies far beyond that range. The brain, for example, operates in frequencies between 0.5 and 100 hertz. These brainwaves, delta, theta, alpha, beta, and gamma shape our moods, attention, and states of consciousness. When we meditate or listen to soothing tones, our brainwaves naturally slow, shifting into alpha and theta states, zones of creativity, intuition, and healing. Sound can guide this process. A tone vibrating at 432 Hz, for instance, is often described as the natural frequency of the earth. When you listen to it, your body may feel grounded, your mind calm, your breath deeper. Another well-known tone is 528 Hz, sometimes called the frequency of love. Research shows that this frequency can promote DNA repair and enhance the body's ability to reduce stress. Whether or not one accepts these findings literally, the feeling they evoke is undeniable, a sense of balance, harmony, and gentle expansion. Resonance and entrainment. Vibrational medicine relies on two key principles: resonance and entrainment. Resonance occurs when one frequency naturally amplifies another. If you strike a tuning fork near another fork tuned to the same pitch, the second fork begins to vibrate, even without contact. Your body behaves the same way. When exposed to harmonious frequencies, your cells, tissues, and emotions begin to align with that vibration. Entrainment is the process by which rhythms synchronize. When two pendulums swing near each other, over time they begin to move in unison. The same happens in nature. Fireflies blink in rhythm, heartbeats sync during moments of empathy, and human breathing patterns harmonize during shared meditation. Through sound, touch, or intention, vibrational medicine encourages the body's natural entrainment. It does not force change. It invites coherence. The instruments of healing. There are many ways to work with vibration. Sound is perhaps the most familiar. Through voice, music, or therapeutic instruments like singing bowls, tuning forks, and gongs. Each produces a frequency that interacts with the energy field of the listener. Singing bowls, often made from crystal or metal alloys, create pure tones that resonate deeply within the body. The vibration travels through tissues, soothing the nervous system and dissolving energetic blockages. Tuning forks can be placed on specific points of the body, transmitting precise frequencies through the skin and into the cells. Practitioners use them to balance the energy centers, or chakras, and to restore vibrational symmetry in the field. Gongs produce a spectrum of frequencies, creating waves of sound that wash over the listener. The experience can be deeply cleansing, releasing emotional and physical tension as the mind slips into a meditative state. Voice, however, remains the most ancient and powerful instrument of all. When you hum, chant, or sing, the vibration originates within you. It massages your organs, calms your mind, and communicates directly with your energy field. The voice carries intention, and intention shapes vibration. Intention as frequency. In vibrational medicine, intention is as important as the sound itself. Every thought and emotion carries a measurable electromagnetic signature. When you sing or speak with love, the frequencies are coherent and balanced. When you speak with anger or fear, they become chaotic and sharp. Water, which makes up more than half of your body, responds directly to these vibrations. Experiments have shown that sound and intention can alter the molecular structure of water, creating symmetrical, crystalline patterns when exposed to harmonious energy. Since your body is a flowing river of water, your thoughts and emotions literally shape its vibration. This means that healing begins not with external tools, but with awareness. By holding loving, compassionate intention, you create frequencies that naturally support your body's healing process. Every breath, every word, every moment of gratitude is medicine. The chakra system and frequency. Across many spiritual traditions, the body is described as having energy centers known as chakras. Each chakra corresponds to specific organs, emotions, and frequencies of light and sound. The root chakra vibrates to deep red tones, connected to grounding and safety. The sacral chakra resonates with orange, linked to creativity and pleasure. The solar plexus shines yellow, radiating confidence and strength. The heart chakra vibrates green and pink, embodying love and compassion. The throat chakra resonates blue, the color of communication and truth. The third eye vibrates indigo, awakening insight and intuition. The crown chakra shines violet and white, representing spiritual unity and divine consciousness. When one of these centers becomes blocked, energy flow is disrupted. Sound and vibration can help restore their natural resonance. Chanting the corresponding tones, such as Lam for the root or Om for the crown, allows each chakra to vibrate freely again. Through practice, you can feel these frequencies in your own body, subtle waves of warmth, tingling, or lightness as the energy moves. The subtle field. Beyond the physical body lies the subtle body, the energetic matrix that organizes and sustains your form. Some traditions call it the aura, others the biofield. Science describes it as an electromagnetic field generated by the heart, brain, and nervous system. This field is sensitive to frequency. When you experience prolonged stress, it contracts. When you feel joy, gratitude, or love, it expands. Vibrational medicine works by introducing coherent frequencies that help this field repattern itself. Once the energetic field becomes balanced, the physical body follows. This process explains why sound healing can affect not only mood but also physical symptoms. It is not magic, it is resonance restoring order at the energetic level, which naturally cascades into the biological level. Frequencies in nature. Nature is the original sound healer. The rustle of leaves, the hum of bees, the rhythm of waves, the chorus of birds at dawn, all are frequencies tuned to the Earth's own heartbeat, known as the Schumann resonance. When you spend time in nature, your brainwaves begin to mirror these frequencies, settling into the alpha range, a calm, alert state where creativity and healing flourish. Walking barefoot on the ground, listening to rain, or resting under trees aligns your energy with the planet's natural vibration. This is vibrational medicine in its purest form, the medicine of belonging, of remembering that you are part of a living, breathing Earth. The future of vibrational healing. Modern technology is beginning to catch up with ancient wisdom. Scientists are exploring the use of frequency in medicine, from ultrasound therapy that heals tissue to electromagnetic fields that promote bone growth. Researchers are even studying sound frequencies that can dissolve kidney stones or break down harmful bacteria. The future of healing may not rely solely on chemicals or surgery, but on finely tuned vibrations that communicate directly with the body's energetic blueprint. In truth, this is not new. It is a rediscovery of what has always been known, that life responds to resonance. Integrating vibrational awareness. You don't need complex tools to begin working with vibrational medicine. You only need awareness. Start by listening to your environment. Which sounds lift you? Which deplete you? Choose to surround yourself with tones, music, and voices that nourish your peace. Then listen inward. When you feel tension or fatigue, hum softly. Let the sound vibrate through your chest, your ribs, your spine. Notice how the vibration melts resistance. You can also use music intentionally. Begin your day with uplifting frequencies, gentle piano, flute, or mantra. In the evening, shift to deeper, slower tones to signal rest. Most importantly, speak with kindness. Every word you say is a vibration that echoes through your own body before it reaches anyone else. When you speak love, you vibrate love. The medicine of stillness. All vibration arises from stillness. Between each sound, between each heartbeat, there is silence, the infinite field from which all frequencies emerge. Vibrational medicine reminds us that healing is not only about adding new tones, but also about listening to the silence beneath them. In that silence, you find the deepest resonance of all, the vibration of being itself. When you rest in that awareness, you realize that you are not separate from the sound or the silence. You're both. You are the pulse of creation, remembering its own song. Reflection. Close your eyes for a moment. Breathe deeply and listen. not to the world outside, but to the quiet rhythm within. Feel your heartbeat, your breath, the hum of your cells. You are vibrating. You are alive. Now imagine a soft wave of sound moving through you, like a tone of pure harmony washing every cell with light. Let it carry away tension, doubt, and fear. Let it leave only peace. You are a symphony of light and sound, perfectly tuned to the rhythm of life. Chapter 5: Resonance and Entrainment. Everything in existence is in relationship. No vibration exists alone. When one thing moves, another feels it. When one sound rises, others respond. This mysterious dance of synchronization, the way separate beings fall into rhythm with one another, is known as resonance and entrainment. Resonance and entrainment are the hidden mechanics of connection. They are why you can feel calm in the presence of peaceful people or anxious in a tense room. They are why a baby's heartbeat slows when held against a mother's chest, and why waves on the ocean move together in steady rhythm. They are the language of unity, spoken not in words, but in vibration. The principle of resonance. Resonance is the natural tendency of one vibrating system to respond to another at a shared frequency. Imagine striking a single note on a piano. Across the room, a guitar string tuned to that same pitch begins to hum. No one touched it. The air itself carried the energy, awakening what was already there. This is resonance, the meeting of like frequencies, amplifying one another until they move as one. You, too, are a resonant being. Every cell, every emotion, every thought vibrates at a certain tone. When you encounter a matching frequency in sound in a person in a moment, your body responds. You might feel warmth, chills, expansion, or recognition. Resonance is how the universe reminds us of our connection. It is the echo that says, "You belong here." Resonance in the body. Within the human body, resonance is everywhere. The bones vibrate like strings of an instrument. The heart beats in rhythm with the breath. The brainwaves shift and align in response to external sounds and internal emotion. Sound therapy uses resonance to restore harmony. When you listen to a tone that matches the natural frequency of a body part, that area begins to vibrate sympathetically. The energy awakens, tension dissolves, and balance returns. But resonance is not limited to physical sound. It also exists in emotion. Love, compassion, gratitude. These states generate coherent, harmonious electromagnetic fields. Fear, anger, resentment. These create irregular, chaotic patterns. Your energy field resonates with what you focus on. This is why dwelling in gratitude or forgiveness feels light, while holding on to pain feels heavy. Each emotion is a frequency. Your attention is the tuning fork. When you shift your attention toward harmony, you invite your whole being to tune itself to that new frequency. The principle of entrainment. While resonance describes the meeting of similar frequencies, entrainment describes the synchronization that follows. When two or more rhythmic systems interact, the stronger or steadier rhythm gradually pulls the others into harmony with it. This happens constantly in nature. Fireflies flash in unison. Pendulum clocks on the same wall begin to swing together. Heart cells in a petri dish start beating at the same pace. Even human bodies entrain. Our heart rates and breathing patterns synchronize when we sit together in stillness, when we walk side by side, or when we listen to music as one. Your own body is a network of entrainment. The heart entrains the breath entrains the brain entrains the entire nervous system. When one finds balance, the rest follow. This is why slow, rhythmic breathing brings calm. It sends a steady signal to the heart, which then communicates coherence to the brain. The two begin to move as one. Entrainment, then, is the body's way of seeking unity within itself and with the world. The science of synchrony. Neuroscientists have found that when people engage in group activities, singing, chanting, dancing, even simply sharing conversation, their brainwaves and heart rhythms begin to synchronize. This shared coherence releases oxytocin, the hormone of connection and trust. It also reduces cortisol, the hormone of stress. In the field of medicine, synchronized heart and brain rhythms are linked to improved immunity, emotional regulation, and cognitive clarity. In spiritual traditions, the same state is described as communion, a sense of oneness beyond separation. Whether through science or spirit, the truth is the same. Harmony heals. Resonance in relationship. Have you ever felt instantly comfortable around someone, as if your energies spoke a common language? Or perhaps the opposite, tension that arises even in silence? These experiences are vibrational. When your energy resonates with another's, harmony flows easily. When frequencies clash, discomfort arises. Resonance explains attraction, friendship, and even empathy. When you feel another's emotion deeply, your heart is resonating with their frequency. It is a reminder that empathy is not just psychological, it is physical, energetic, and real. Because of this, your personal vibration influences everyone you meet. When you enter a room with calm awareness, you become a stabilizing rhythm. Without saying a word, you help others entrain to peace. This is the quiet power of presence, healing not by doing, but by being. The power of sound in entrainment. Sound is one of the most direct tools for inducing entrainment. Rhythmic drumming can synchronize brainwaves, guiding the listener into meditative states. Singing bowls and gongs create overlapping frequencies that entrain the body's systems into relaxation. Even a simple metronome-like pulse can stabilize erratic brain activity, helping focus and attention. Music works the same way. Fast tempos energize the body. Slow rhythms induce calm. The human heartbeat tends to synchronize with the beat of the music you hear. This is why lullabies soothe and why drums awaken vitality. When you listen consciously, you can use this natural entrainment for healing. Choose sounds that match your desired state. Soft piano for peace, ocean waves for grounding, mantra for clarity, and let your body tune itself to that rhythm. You are not forcing change. You are remembering harmony. The dance between resonance and entrainment. Resonance and entrainment are partners in the same dance. Resonance awakens. It says, I recognize you. Entrainment aligns. It says, let us move together. Every act of healing, every moment of peace, is an expression of these two forces. When a healer places hands near a person's body, their energy fields begin to synchronize. When two people meditate side by side, their brainwaves entrain. When a community chants, prays, or sings, their hearts beat as one. This shared vibration transcends words. It creates coherence, the state in which energy flows freely and the mind and body rest in unity. Coherence as healing. In the language of vibrational medicine, coherence is the goal, the natural harmony between all parts of a system. When your thoughts, emotions, and physical rhythms align, you experience coherence. The body functions efficiently, the immune system strengthens, and the mind feels clear. Sound and resonance can create this coherence. When you listen to a harmonious tone or repeat a mantra with steady breath, the nervous system begins to synchronize with that rhythm. The heart rate stabilizes, blood pressure lowers, and emotional turbulence settles. This is not magic, it is biology. The body is designed to follow harmony. You can practice this anytime. Take a slow breath and feel your heart beating. Now hum softly, letting the sound vibrate through your chest. Notice how your breath, your heartbeat, and your hum begin to align. In that moment, you are in coherence, body, mind, and sound moving as one. Resonance in nature. The earth itself resonates. Scientists call its fundamental frequency the Schumann resonance, approximately 7.83 Hz, a gentle electromagnetic heartbeat that surrounds the planet. This frequency lies in the same range as human alpha brainwaves, which are associated with calm awareness and creativity. When you walk in nature, your body naturally synchronizes with this rhythm. You feel grounded, clear, alive. Nature is always in coherence. The wind, the tides, the cycles of the moon, all move in resonance with the greater whole. When we attune to these natural rhythms, we remember our place in that harmony. Spend time outdoors. Walk barefoot. Breathe with the trees. Listen to the rhythm of rain. This is the earth in training you to balance. Disruption and restoration. Modern life often disrupts resonance. Artificial noise, stress, emotional tension, and digital overstimulation create chaotic frequencies that pull the body out of sync. When your rhythm no longer matches the natural flow of life, fatigue and imbalance follow. The good news is that restoration is simple. Through awareness, sound, breath, and intention, you can retune yourself at any moment. Close your eyes. Listen for the nearest sound of life, perhaps a distant hum, a breath, a heartbeat. Let your awareness move toward it, not to analyze, but to join. In this act of joining, resonance begins again. The human resonance field. Each person carries an electromagnetic field, measurable by science, felt intuitively by others. The heart generates the largest and most stable field, extending several feet beyond the body. This field carries information, emotions, coherence, and intention. When you radiate calm, those near you begin to entrain to your stability. When you carry anxiety, that vibration spreads as well. This is why inner work is not only personal but collective. By maintaining your own resonance, you contribute to harmony in the larger field. Healing yourself becomes an act of service. Living in harmony. To live in resonance is to move with life rather than against it. It means listening before reacting, breathing before speaking, and feeling before deciding. It means remembering that everything around you, people, places, sounds, even silence, is vibration communicating with you. When you treat life as music, you naturally find your rhythm. There will still be dissonant moments, times of chaos, change, and challenge, but even those are part of the song. They push the melody forward. The practice of resonance is not about perfection. It is about relationship, the ongoing act of tuning and retuning. Reflection. Take a deep, gentle breath. Imagine yourself as a string on a great cosmic instrument. Feel the vibration move through you, steady and clear. Now imagine all beings as strings on the same instrument, countless notes forming one great symphony. Some notes are high, some low, some soft, some bold. Together, they create the song of existence. Listen closely. Can you hear how your note fits perfectly into the whole? In that awareness, peace arises. You realize you have never been separate. You have always been part of the rhythm, the resonance, the eternal dance of energy. Chapter 6. Integrating Sound and Light. Sound is the breath of the universe. Light is its heartbeat. Together, they weave the language of creation, the rhythm and radiance that give rise to every form, every thought, every moment of life. When you begin to see sound and light not as separate elements, but as partners in harmony, you open a doorway into wholeness. Sound moves through time, carrying emotion and rhythm. Light moves through space, carrying color and awareness. Sound teaches us to feel. Light teaches us to see. And when the two are united in intention, healing becomes not only possible, but inevitable. The unity of frequency. Both sound and light are forms of vibration, differing only in speed. Sound waves move slowly, creating tone and resonance that we can hear and feel. Light waves move at immense velocity, creating color and form that we can see. Yet at their essence, they are the same: energy in motion. Your body responds to both. Your cells vibrate with the frequencies of sound. Your DNA absorbs and emits light. When these two currents flow in harmony within you, your entire system returns to coherence. This is the essence of integrative vibrational healing, aligning the inner symphony of sound with the inner radiance of light. In this harmony, you rediscover what ancient traditions always knew, that you are a bridge between heaven and earth, the audible and the visible, the tone and the color, the wave and the particle. The science of integration. Science reveals that sound and light both carry information. Sound waves can alter brainwave patterns, while light influences hormonal and cellular rhythms. When combined, their effects multiply. Music with gentle light stimulation, for example, has been shown to enhance relaxation and memory. Rhythmic sound can synchronize neural oscillations, while color exposure can shift emotional states. This integration creates a dialogue between the senses, a cross-communication between hearing and sight, feeling and perception. When you listen to sound, the vibration moves through water and tissue. When you gaze at light, photons enter your eyes and travel deep into your brain. Together, they form a multidimensional language, one that speaks directly to the nervous system and the spirit. The ancient synthesis. Across cultures and centuries, healers have used sound and light together. In ancient Egypt, temples were built with precise acoustics and illuminated by shafts of sunlight that aligned with sacred geometry. The combination of resonance and radiance was believed to open the pathways of the soul. In India, the practice of Nada Brahma, the world of sound, merged with the use of color and light in healing rituals. Tibetan monks played singing bowls while meditating before butter lamps that cast golden light across their prayer wheels. In each tradition, the intention was the same: to awaken the energy body through the meeting of tone and illumination. These ancient practices were not symbolic. They were based on direct experience. When sound and light are combined with awareness, they create transformation. The body as an energy temple. Imagine your body as a temple where sound and light meet. Your bones form the structure, your breath the wind that moves through it, your thoughts the light that fills its chambers. When your energy is balanced, this temple glows, luminous, resonant, alive. When it is neglected, it becomes dim and silent. To integrate sound and light is to care for this temple. You do not need complex tools. You need only presence, awareness, and gentle practice. Begin by noticing the balance of sound and light in your day. Do you spend time in natural light or mostly under artificial glow? Do you experience nourishing sounds, birds, laughter, music, or mostly noise? Awareness itself is the first act of healing. A simple daily practice. You can begin integrating sound and light through a short, mindful ritual. Find a quiet place with gentle sunlight or candlelight. Sit comfortably and close your eyes for a moment. Take a deep, slow breath, feeling your body relax. Now, bring your attention to the sound around you. Perhaps the distant hum of life, perhaps silence. Let every sound merge into one continuous tone. Imagine that this tone is your heartbeat, a vibration connecting you to all things. Then, open your awareness to the light. Feel its warmth on your skin. Visualize that the light is not only touching you but flowing through you, illuminating every cell, every memory, every corner of your being. As you breathe in, imagine drawing sound and light into your heart. As you breathe out, imagine radiating them outward in waves of harmony. Continue for several minutes, feeling your body becoming both luminous and resonant. When you open your eyes, the world may seem brighter, clearer, softer. This is not imagination, it is alignment. The colors of sound. Every sound carries a color, and every color carries a sound. Low tones correspond to deeper, warmer hues, reds, oranges, golds. High tones vibrate with lighter shades, blues, silvers, violets. When these colors and tones are combined consciously, the body responds with balance. For instance, listening to deep, earthy drumming while focusing on red light strengthens grounding energy. Soft flute or crystal tones paired with green light soothe the heart. Chanting under blue or violet illumination awakens the higher mind. This integration is intuitive. You need not study charts or frequencies. Simply trust what feels harmonious. Your body is intelligent. It knows which tones and colors it needs. The goal is not perfection, but coherence, a feeling of alignment between inner and outer vibration. Sound and light in healing spaces. If you create spaces for healing, your home, your meditation room, your studio, consider how sound and light interact within them. Soft, warm lighting invites relaxation. Natural light supports alertness and clarity. Adding gentle sound, a singing bowl, soft music, or wind chimes, turns the space into a resonant sanctuary. Even silence, framed by light, becomes sacred. Imagine a candle burning in stillness, its flame flickering to a silent rhythm. The light dances, the silence listens. That interplay is the essence of healing, movement and stillness in perfect balance. In your own life, allow each room you enter to be a temple of awareness. Let sound and light serve as reminders to breathe, to feel, to be present. The emotional alchemy of sound and light. Sound and light both reach the emotional body directly. Together, they form a bridge between feeling and awareness. Sound helps us release. It shakes loose the energy of stored emotion. Light helps us transform. It shines understanding into what was once shadowed. When you experience sadness, you can hum softly, letting the sound open space within the chest. Then imagine a soft green light surrounding that space, soothing and cleansing it. If you feel anger, you might tone with deep, grounding sounds while visualizing red light flowing through the legs and feet, allowing the energy to move and stabilize. When you feel scattered or overwhelmed, chant gently while focusing on blue or violet light, frequencies that calm the mind and expand perception. This is emotional alchemy, turning vibration into understanding and understanding into peace. The bridge of consciousness. When sound and light merge in awareness, something extraordinary happens. The senses begin to blend. You can almost see the sound and hear the light. This is not imagination, but a deeper perception, an awakening of synesthetic consciousness, where boundaries between the senses dissolve. In this state, meditation becomes immersive. Every tone becomes luminous. Every color begins to sing. You realize that creation itself is alive, an endless interplay of vibration and illumination. This is how the ancients experienced the divine, not as a being, but as a frequency too vast for words. The integration within you. Sound and light are not outside you. They are your essence. Your voice is the expression of sound. Your gaze is the expression of light. When you speak with kindness, your sound heals. When you look with love, your light transforms. To integrate them within yourself is to live as harmony, to embody the balance of expression and reflection, giving and receiving, vibration and stillness. Every word you speak sends ripples of energy through the world. Every thought emits a pulse of light into the field around you. Together, they form your energetic presence, the frequency by which others recognize you before you ever say a word. As you become conscious of this, you begin to live intentionally. You choose words that uplift. You surround yourself with colors that inspire. You create an environment that mirrors your highest vibration. This is integration made manifest. Reflection. Take a deep breath and let your body settle into stillness. Close your eyes and listen for a single sound, the faint hum that underlies everything. It might be the sound of your breath, the beat of your heart, or the silence itself. Now, imagine a soft light beginning to glow in the center of your chest. With every breath, the light grows brighter. With every exhale, the sound deepens. See them merge, sound and light, tone and radiance, swirling gently within you. They move together, creating harmony, creating peace. You are glowing sound. You are singing light. You are the medicine you've been seeking. Let this awareness expand beyond your body, radiating into the world around you. Feel how it connects with everything: the trees, the sky, the people you love, the earth beneath your feet. All of it vibrates with you as one continuous song of creation. Chapter 7: Scientific Support for Energy Healing. For centuries, energy healing was spoken of in whispers, in temples, in sacred circles, in the quiet work of healers who listened not only to the body, but to the unseen rhythms of life. Science, for a long time, looked upon these ideas with skepticism. The unseen, it was said, could not be measured, and therefore could not be real. Yet over the last few decades, something extraordinary has begun to happen. Science has started to catch up with the ancient heart of wisdom. Through physics, biology, and neuroscience, researchers are discovering what mystics have always known, that the universe is energy, and that this energy is deeply interconnected. Healing, it seems, is not a mystery but a natural expression of that connection. The science of energy. At its core, everything in the universe, including the human body, is energy vibrating at different frequencies. Quantum physics reveals that what we perceive as solid matter is, in truth, mostly empty space filled with energetic potential. Atoms are not little balls, but fields of probability, waves of vibration moving in patterns of coherence. When these vibrations align, matter forms stability. When they fall out of phase, dissonance arises. This is true for the smallest particles and for the human body as well. Our cells, organs, and systems are networks of vibration. They communicate not only through chemical signals, but through electromagnetic fields. The heart produces the strongest electromagnetic field in the body, measurable several feet beyond the skin. The brain, too, radiates waves of energy that shift with emotion, thought, and focus. Energy healing works within this realm, the field where vibration and consciousness meet. The biofield, the science of the aura. What ancient healers called the aura or life force, modern researchers now call the biofield, a complex electromagnetic system surrounding and permeating the body. This field is not merely metaphoric. It can be detected using sensitive instruments, such as squid magnetometers and biophoton detectors. Studies at institutions like the HeartMath Institute have demonstrated that emotional states directly influence this biofield. When you feel gratitude or love, the heart's electromagnetic rhythm becomes smooth and coherent. When you feel anger or fear, the rhythm turns erratic and disordered. This coherence, or lack thereof, affects every cell in the body. Positive emotional resonance enhances immune function, regulates hormones, and stabilizes heart rate variability, a key indicator of health and resilience. In other words, energy healing begins with emotion, with the harmonizing of the field that instructs the body how to heal. Brainwaves and sound. The human brain is a symphony of electrical activity. It generates oscillations known as brainwaves, measured in hertz. Delta waves, 0.5 to 4 hertz, appear during deep sleep. Theta waves, 4 to 8 hertz, occur during meditation, intuition, and healing. Alpha waves, 8 to 12 hertz, mark relaxation and creativity. Beta waves, 13 to 30 hertz, indicate active thinking, and gamma waves, 30 plus hertz, correspond to moments of insight and integration. Sound healing directly interacts with these rhythms. When you listen to repetitive, steady tones, like singing bowls, binaural beats, or chanting, your brainwaves begin to synchronize with the external sound. This is frequency-following response, a form of neural entrainment. The brain mirrors the frequency it hears, gently guiding consciousness from stress to stillness. This is why certain frequencies, such as 432 Hz or 528 Hz, are often described as healing. They invite the nervous system into resonance with nature's natural order. Neuroscientific research shows that meditative sound can decrease cortisol levels, lower blood pressure, and enhance alpha and theta wave activity. In this way, ancient practices of chanting and drumming now stand supported by modern EEG and neuroimaging studies. The physics of coherence. In physics, coherence describes a state of order among waves, when separate vibrations move together in harmony. When water molecules align, light passes through them clearly. When they are disordered, light scatters, and the surface becomes cloudy. The same applies to the human body. When our thoughts, emotions, and cellular rhythms are coherent, energy flows freely. The system becomes efficient, radiant, and self-healing. When we are stressed or fearful, coherence breaks down, leading to energetic and physical imbalance. Energy healing restores coherence through intention, attention, and frequency. The healer's energy field, calm, coherent, centered, serves as a stabilizing influence on the client's field. Through resonance and entrainment, both fields align. This is measurable. During healing sessions, researchers have recorded synchronized brainwave patterns between practitioner and recipient. Coherence, then, is not abstract. It is a living pattern of order that can be created through awareness. Biophotons, the light within. Every living organism emits light, not the bright kind we can see, but an ultra-weak bioluminescence known as biophoton emission. These photons are emitted by DNA during metabolic activity. They are thought to play a key role in cellular communication, a kind of light-based language of the body. When cells are healthy and coherent, their biophoton emission is stable and rhythmic. When cells are stressed or diseased, the emission becomes chaotic and uneven. Studies by German biophysicist Fritz Albert Popp and others suggest that the human body stores and releases light as information, a concept that directly supports energy healing. When you meditate, visualize light, or receive energy work, you are not imagining. You are participating in a measurable interaction of photons and frequency. Light and consciousness, it seems, are intertwined. The role of intention. Perhaps the most mysterious and most scientifically challenging aspect of energy healing is the power of intention. Research in fields such as psychoneuroimmunology and quantum biology suggests that focused intention can alter physical outcomes. Studies of distant healing, or prayer effect, have shown small but statistically significant results, changes in patient recovery rates, pain reduction, and emotional well-being. Though controversial, these studies point toward a deeper truth. Consciousness itself may influence energy fields. When a healer focuses loving awareness on another person, measurable physiological changes occur in both. Heart rate variability increases, brainwaves synchronize, and stress markers decrease. The mechanism remains mysterious, but the pattern is clear. Coherent intention creates measurable harmony. Energy medicine in modern healthcare. Today, hospitals and medical schools around the world are beginning to integrate energy-based modalities into care. Reiki, healing touch, and therapeutic touch are used alongside conventional medicine to reduce pain, anxiety, and recovery time. Clinical trials show that patients receiving these therapies often require less medication, heal faster, and report higher emotional well-being. While not a replacement for modern medicine, energy therapies complement it, addressing the emotional and energetic dimensions that drugs and surgery cannot reach. The World Health Organization now recognizes energy medicine as part of complementary and integrative health. Science and spirituality are no longer opposites. They are learning to sing the same song. The field of consciousness. Quantum physics proposes that particles exist in a field of probability until observed, that consciousness itself shapes reality. If this is true, then healing may be understood as the reorganization of possibility, the aligning of energy through awareness. When you meditate, focus your attention, or set an intention for healing, you're not merely thinking. You are directing energy through the quantum field. Every coherent thought sends a signal into this vast web of connection. This may explain why collective meditation has been shown to reduce local crime rates and conflict, a phenomenon documented in numerous global experiments. When consciousness aligns, the field shifts, bridging the two worlds. For centuries, science and spirituality were divided, one measuring the external, the other exploring the internal. But now the line between them grows thin. Physics speaks of energy fields and entanglement. Spirituality speaks of aura and unity. Biology finds light within cells. Mystics speak of divine illumination. Both are describing the same reality, using different languages. Energy healing is not a rejection of science. It is its evolution, the next step in understanding that the observer and the observed are one. When science learns to measure subtle energy more precisely, and spirituality learns to speak the language of data, the two will merge into a single field of wisdom. Living as evidence. You do not need instruments or laboratories to experience this truth. Your life is the evidence. When you listen to calming music and your heartbeat slows, that is vibrational medicine. When you walk in sunlight and feel your mood lift, that is photonic therapy. When someone's kind words ease your pain, that is energy healing in its purest form. The science of healing is not distant. It is living through you every day. Each breath you take restores electromagnetic balance. Each act of gratitude increases coherence. Each loving thought radiates measurable energy into the field around you. You are not simply a body. You are a luminous organism of sound and light, continually tuning itself toward balance. Reflection. Close your eyes for a moment and imagine your body glowing softly, not with imagined light, but with the radiance of your living cells. Feel your heartbeat generating rhythm, your breath weaving sound, your thoughts releasing gentle waves into the space around you. You are science in motion. You are spirit embodied. You are the meeting place of energy and matter, the proof that healing is both measurable and miraculous. Take a slow breath and whisper to yourself, I am coherence. I am energy. I am harmony itself. Let that awareness rest in your heart. The science is clear, but the experience is clearer still. Chapter 8. Overcoming Skepticism and Misconceptions. Every truth that has ever changed the world has first been met with doubt. It is in our nature as human beings to question, to seek evidence, and to ask why. Skepticism, when held with openness, is not an enemy of wisdom. It is its guardian. It asks us to look deeper, to separate illusion from understanding. Energy healing, perhaps more than any other form of medicine, invites this dance between belief and inquiry. It speaks of invisible forces, of vibration, of light, of intention, ideas that stretch beyond the reach of traditional instruments and equations. And so, for many, it stirs both fascination and hesitation. This chapter is not a defense of energy healing, but an invitation to explore it with both heart and mind open, to find the bridge between skepticism and experience. The nature of doubt. Doubt is not darkness. It is a doorway. It arises whenever the mind encounters something it cannot yet explain. In this sense, skepticism is sacred. It keeps us honest, curious, and humble. When approached with hostility, it closes the heart. But when approached with curiosity, it expands the mind. True science began with wonder. True healing begins the same way. The goal is not to abandon reason, but to widen its boundaries, to allow the possibility that not everything real can be seen, and not everything unseen is unreal. The common misunderstanding. One of the greatest misconceptions about energy healing is that it denies science. In truth, the opposite is often true. Energy healing is not anti-science. It is beyond the current limits of measurement. A few centuries ago, electricity was invisible and mysterious. People could not see or weigh it, yet they could feel its effects. The same was once true for bacteria, for magnetic fields, for gravity itself. Each began as mystery, later revealed as measurable reality. Energy healing stands in this same place, at the frontier where experience precedes explanation. When you feel calm in the presence of a kind person, when music lifts your heart, when nature restores your strength, you're already experiencing energy interaction. You're simply calling it by another name. The skeptic's mirror. Many skeptics argue that healing energy cannot exist because it cannot be proven under laboratory conditions. But the absence of proof is not proof of absence. Science evolves through tools, and tools evolve through curiosity. What cannot be measured today may become measurable tomorrow. Already, instruments can detect electromagnetic fields generated by the heart and brain, and subtle changes in light emission from living cells. Every decade, our capacity to observe the invisible expands, and with it, the boundary between science and spirit grows thinner. Skepticism, then, should not be a wall. It should be a bridge, guiding us toward more refined understanding, not away from wonder. The misuse of faith. Just as skepticism can harden into cynicism, belief can harden into blindness. There are those who follow energy healing as if it were magic, expecting instant cures without responsibility or understanding. This, too, is a misunderstanding. Energy healing is not a replacement for medicine. It is not a denial of biology or physics. It is a complement, a way of working with the energetic patterns that underlie the body's natural processes. It is not about believing in miracles, but about participating in them by aligning thought, emotion, and awareness with the body's innate intelligence. Real healing is cooperative. It involves both science and spirit, both discipline and surrender. The psychology of healing. Another misconception is that energy healing works only through placebo, the power of belief. But perhaps we underestimate the profound intelligence of that word. Placebo is not illusion. It is the measurable effect of consciousness upon physiology. When a patient believes they are receiving healing, their brain releases endorphins, their immune system strengthens, and their body enters a state of repair. This does not mean that healing is fake. It means that consciousness is medicine. Energy healing works with this same principle, not by deceiving the mind, but by engaging it consciously. When the body feels safe, when the heart opens, when the nervous system relaxes, energy begins to flow. Belief, then, is not superstition. It is participation. The evidence of experience. Science seeks repeatable data. Healing speaks through personal experience. Each carries its own kind of truth. If thousands of people across cultures and centuries report the same effects, peace, warmth, light, release, renewal, we may begin to recognize that something real is taking place, even if we cannot yet describe its mechanism fully. Energy healing has been practiced under many names: Qigong, Reiki, Prana, therapeutic touch, shamanic medicine, biofield therapy. The methods differ, but the essence remains: harmony through vibration, presence, and intention. If so many have found comfort in it, perhaps the question is not does it work, but why does it work? Science and the open heart. A truly scientific mind is an open one. It seeks not to prove itself right, but to discover what is true. Energy healing asks for the same openness, to allow observation without judgment, to experience before deciding. You do not have to abandon critical thinking to explore energy work. You need only suspend disbelief long enough to listen, to feel, to notice. If after that you find no resonance, that is truth too. Not all frequencies match. But if something within you softens, if peace arises, if warmth fills your chest, then you have experienced evidence that cannot be measured, but can be known. That is how understanding begins. Healing beyond belief. Healing does not require belief. It requires presence. You need not convince yourself that energy flows, it already does. Your heart beats, your lungs expand, your cells communicate, all through invisible forces. To recognize energy is simply to bring awareness to what is already happening. You may doubt the language of chakras or auras, but you cannot doubt the feeling of calm after a deep breath. You may question frequency charts, but you cannot deny the body's response to sound, color, and light. This is energy healing in its simplest form, awareness in motion. The gift of skepticism. Skepticism, when held with compassion, keeps the world honest. It reminds healers to stay grounded, to keep learning, to remain humble before mystery. It encourages dialogue between fields once thought opposed. A healer who welcomes questions becomes stronger. A scientist who allows wonder becomes wiser. In this way, skepticism and faith cease to be enemies. They become teachers for one another. Together, they weave a truth that is both measurable and meaningful. The inner scientist. You do not need a degree or a laboratory to practice true science. Observation, awareness, experimentation, these are the heart of both healing and inquiry. Become your own scientist. When you meditate, observe how your body feels before and after. When you listen to certain sounds or sit under natural light, notice your emotions and energy. When you express gratitude, sense how your breath changes. This is data, personal, intimate, real. The more you observe with honesty, the more your understanding deepens. You become both healer and researcher, blending intuition with insight. The middle path. Between blind belief and rigid skepticism lies a sacred middle path, one of openness balanced with discernment. This path honors science without worshiping it and honors spirit without surrendering reason. It recognizes that truth wears many faces and that healing often happens in ways too subtle for instruments, but too profound for denial. When you walk this path, you become a bridge between heart and mind, matter and energy, evidence and experience. That bridge is where real transformation begins. Reflection. Take a slow, mindful breath. Feel the rise and fall of your chest, the rhythm of your heart. There is energy moving in you, invisible, undeniable, alive. Now, bring to mind the part of you that questions, the part that doubts. Smile at it gently. Let it know that it is welcome here. Doubt does not block the light. It helps you see it more clearly. Then, feel the part of you that believes, that trusts the unseen. Let these two parts meet, the skeptic and the mystic, not as opponents, but as partners. Together, they create balance. In that balance, wisdom grows. Chapter 9. The Future of Vibrational Healing. The future is not something we wait for. It is something we are constantly creating through every thought we think, every word we speak, and every vibration we release into the world. Vibrational healing is not a trend or a passing idea. It is the reawakening of an ancient truth. For centuries, humans have known that harmony is the essence of health, that our bodies, minds, and emotions thrive when they move in rhythm with the greater symphony of life. Now, as science and spirituality begin to merge, that truth is returning to the center of human understanding. The age of separation between medicine and mind, between physics and faith, is giving way to a new era, the age of frequency. A world of energy awareness. The future of healing begins with awareness. As humanity awakens to the reality that everything is energy, our approach to wellness will evolve from treating symptoms to tuning systems. Instead of asking, "What is wrong with me?" we will ask, "Where has my energy fallen out of resonance?" Instead of fighting disease, we will nurture coherence. Instead of seeing the body as a machine, we will honor it as an instrument, one capable of infinite harmony when played with awareness. Doctors, scientists, and healers are already beginning to collaborate in new ways, studying vibration not as metaphor, but as medicine, technology, and subtle energy. Modern science is entering territories that were once mystical. Quantum biology now examines how energy flows through DNA. Biophoton research measures the body's emission of light. Medical devices use sound and electromagnetic frequencies to regenerate tissue and balance brain activity. Soon, these tools will become more refined, more accessible, and more integrated into daily life. Wearable devices may monitor not only heart rate and oxygen, but vibrational coherence, guiding us toward balance through personalized tones or light frequencies. Hospitals may include sound chambers where patients rest in gentle harmonic resonance, supporting recovery through relaxation and energetic alignment. Homes may feature smart lighting systems that adjust color and brightness based on emotional and energetic needs. Science will not replace spirituality. It will translate it into language the modern world can understand. The expansion of consciousness. The deeper shift, however, will not come from technology, but from consciousness. As individuals awaken to their energetic nature, we will learn to take responsibility for the frequencies we emit. We will understand that thoughts are not private, but vibrational, that emotions ripple through the collective field like waves on water, that our inner coherence contributes to the harmony of the planet itself. This understanding will transform how we live, how we communicate, and how we care for one another. Education will begin to include energy awareness, teaching children how to regulate their emotions, breathe consciously, and align with the natural rhythms of light and sound. Meditation and sound healing will become as common as exercise and nutrition, recognized as essential practices for maintaining vibrational health. We will remember that healing is not something we do to ourselves or others, but something we do with life. The rise of energy medicine. Energy medicine will continue to expand its reach within healthcare systems. Already, hospitals around the world incorporate Reiki, sound therapy, and meditation into patient care. Future practitioners will be trained not only in anatomy and chemistry, but in the physics of frequency, understanding how emotions and environment shape cellular behavior. Pharmaceuticals may one day be complemented by precise vibrational treatments. Light frequencies to restore circadian balance. Sound harmonics to reduce inflammation. Electromagnetic patterns to assist tissue regeneration. These therapies will be guided by scientific rigor and spiritual sensitivity, not opposing forces, but complementary harmonies. Healing will become less about fixing and more about tuning. Global coherence. As individuals become more coherent, so too will communities and nations. Collective meditation studies have already shown measurable decreases in violence and stress when groups come together in shared intention. Imagine a future where communities hold regular resonance gatherings, people coming together not to debate or divide, but to harmonize. Imagine cities designed around sound and light, architecture that supports calmness, green spaces that radiate natural frequencies, public art that vibrates with joy. The Earth itself will benefit. When human vibration aligns with the planet's natural resonance, ecosystems thrive. Our energy field affects the biosphere as surely as sunlight and rainfall. In this future, healing expands beyond the personal. It becomes planetary. Bridging ancient and modern. As technology advances, we will rediscover the wisdom of the ancients. Science will finally be able to explain what sages knew intuitively, that sound, light, breath, and intention are the true medicines of the soul. Traditional healers and quantum physicists will collaborate. Monks and neuroscientists will share vocabulary. Temples and laboratories will no longer stand apart, but side by side, united by a shared mission to understand the harmony of existence. And through this bridge, humanity will find a new definition of health. Not merely the absence of illness, but the presence of alignment. The inner future. While the outer world evolves, the true revolution will occur within. Each person will learn to become their own healer, not through complex rituals, but through awareness. You will learn to listen to your own frequency, to sense when it drifts out of tune, and to bring it back into harmony through breath, sound, stillness, and intention. You will remember that your body is not a problem to solve, but an instrument to play. Healing will become an act of creativity, a song you compose through every choice, every word, every thought. And when you live in tune with yourself, you automatically become a tuning fork for the world around you. This is the ultimate vision of vibrational healing, personal coherence becoming collective evolution. Ethics of energy. With great awareness comes great responsibility. As humanity learns to work consciously with frequency, ethical awareness will be essential. Energy healing is powerful not because it controls, but because it connects. Healers of the future will be guided by humility and love, understanding that energy responds not to ego, but to intention. The deepest healing will never come from manipulation, but from alignment. True vibrational medicine does not impose change, it reveals harmony. Its goal is not to dominate nature, but to remember our place within it. Healing the collective field. As the human race learns to attune its collective vibration, global healing becomes possible. Conflict arises from dissonance, misunderstanding, fear, separation. Peace arises from resonance, understanding, compassion, unity. In the coming decades, we may see the emergence of vibrational diplomacy, where dialogue between nations begins not with words, but with energy. Groups of people gathering to hold coherent frequency for regions in distress, not as superstition, but as conscious contribution to the global field. When enough people radiate peace, the field itself changes. That is not idealism, it is resonance on a planetary scale. Returning to simplicity. Even as science, technology, and awareness advance, the essence of healing will remain simple. It will always return to breath, to sound, to light, to love. You will not need expensive machines or complex rituals to connect with your energy. You will need presence, the willingness to listen. You will need stillness, the space to receive. You will need compassion, the frequency that heals everything it touches. The future of vibrational healing is not built in laboratories. It is grown in hearts. Reflection. Close your eyes. Imagine yourself standing on the edge of a new dawn. The air is soft, the light golden. The earth hums beneath your feet. You breathe in, the sound of the wind, the pulse of your heartbeat, the vibration of life moving through you. You breathe out light, peace, harmony. In this moment, you are both ancient and new. You are the bridge between what has been and what will be. You are the sound of tomorrow, the light of the new world. The future of healing begins not somewhere far away, but right here, in your awareness, in your breath, in your gentle choice to live in resonance. Chapter 10. The Journey of Wholeness. Wholeness is not a destination. It is not a point we reach when all pain disappears, or when the heart finally stops breaking. Wholeness is a remembering, a gentle returning to what has always been true. From the beginning, you have never been broken. You have only forgotten your song. This journey, through sound and light, through science and spirit, is simply the remembering of that melody. Healing, as you now know, is not the fixing of what is wrong, but the aligning of what is real. It is the harmonizing of the visible and the invisible, the rhythm of your heartbeat and the radiance of your soul. And so, as we come to the end of this exploration, let's not close a book, but open a doorway, the one that leads you back home to yourself. Returning to the body. Your body is the first instrument of awareness, the sacred vessel through which life sings its melody. It listens, responds, and vibrates with the energy of everything you experience. When you feel love, it glows. When you feel grief, it trembles. When you return to stillness, it hums in quiet peace. To be whole is to live inside this body as a friend, not a stranger. To honor its language, its rhythm, its truth. Every breath you take is a dialogue between your energy and the world's energy. Every heartbeat is a drumbeat of belonging. The body does not separate you from the divine. It is how the divine touches the world through you. The balance of energy. Wholeness is balance, not the stillness of perfection, but the living rhythm between movement and rest, giving and receiving, sound and silence. There will be moments when your energy flows easily, and moments when it feels clouded or still. Do not judge these moments. Each has its purpose. Light expands only because shadow exists to shape it. Sound moves only because silence gives it space to breathe. In this way, every phase of your experience, joy and sorrow, creation and rest, becomes part of a greater harmony. Balance is not something to achieve. It is something to allow. The inner light. Throughout this journey, you have heard that light lives within you. It shines not as something to be earned, but as something that is. Even in your darkest moments, it has never left you. The mind may doubt, the heart may ache, but beneath it all, the light remains steady, a quiet radiance waiting for your attention. When you close your eyes and breathe, when you listen without rushing, you can feel it again. That warmth, that subtle brightness, it is the pulse of your being, the spark of creation living inside you. You do not need to go looking for light. You need only remember that you are it. The resonance of love. At the heart of all vibration lies love, not the romantic or fleeting kind, but the essential frequency that holds the universe together. Love is what makes cells communicate, what draws atoms into molecules, what binds families, species, and stars. To love is to align with the deepest resonance of existence. To love is to heal. When you act with compassion, you send waves of coherence into the world. When you forgive, you release dissonance from the field of time. When you speak with kindness, your words become tones of medicine. You need not perform great miracles to change the world. Your smallest vibration of love reshapes the field of everything around you. You are not separate from the collective, you are its heartbeat. The sacred silence. If sound is medicine, then silence is its sanctuary. Silence is not empty, it is full of potential. It is the space where all frequencies rest before becoming form. In the stillness between breaths, you can feel it, the vast presence that listens beneath all things. Here, the mind quiets, the heart opens, the spirit expands. When you sit in silence, you are not doing nothing. You are tuning to the original frequency, the hum of being itself. Let silence become part of your healing. It is not an absence of sound, it is the presence of wholeness. The continuum of healing. Healing is not linear. It does not begin and end with a single practice, teacher, or moment. It unfolds like waves, rising, receding, returning again and again, each time carrying you deeper into understanding. There will be days when you feel completely aligned, and days when old pain surfaces to be released. This is natural. Every vibration needs contrast to find its harmony. Do not measure your healing by how peaceful you appear, but by how gently you return to yourself when peace seems far away. That returning, that soft, steady remembering, is what healing truly is. Living the frequency. The time has come to live what you have learned. Let your awareness of vibration shape the way you walk, speak, and see the world. Listen to the sound of your environment. Is it chaotic or calm? Bring harmony where you can, through presence, through tone, through silence. Notice the light that surrounds you, sunlight, candlelight, moonlight, and remember that your body, too, shines. Offer gratitude to the radiance that feeds you. And above all, remember that every thought, every feeling, every action is vibration. You are a creator of frequency, a weaver of energy. Live with that awareness, and life itself becomes your teacher. The new earth. As more hearts awaken to their own resonance, a collective harmony begins to form, the rising tone of a new consciousness. This is the birth of a new earth, not in geography, but in awareness. A planet where science honors spirit, where medicine honors energy, where humanity honors its interconnection with all life. This vision is not far away. It begins each time you choose peace over fear, compassion over control, coherence over chaos. It begins with you. Reflection. Take a final, deep breath. Let your shoulders drop, your mind soften, your heart open. You have walked through the frequencies of sound and light, through science and mystery, through the outer and inner worlds. And now, you return home, to the quiet center where it all began. There, in the stillness of your being, the entire universe hums in perfect harmony. You are not a fragment. You are not separate. You are the whole, the song, the silence, the space between. You are the healer, and you are the healed. You are the energy that moves through all things, forever remembering its own rhythm. Let that knowing rest within you. Carry it into every word, every breath, every dawn. This is the journey of wholeness, not an ending, but a beginning. Thank you, dear listener, for walking this journey of sound, light, and healing. May these words remind you that everything, your thoughts, your breath, your emotions, is energy in motion. And when you move in harmony with that energy, you return to the peace that has always lived within you. If this audiobook has touched your heart, we invite you to continue the journey deeper, to explore the full wisdom and complete teachings in The Science Behind Energy Healing by Sophia Harper. You can find the full book now on Amazon KDP. The link is waiting for you in the description below. And if you'd like to keep traveling with us through sound and stillness, please remember to subscribe to this channel so that you'll never miss new journeys into consciousness, healing, and light. Until next time, breathe gently, love deeply, and let your energy move in the rhythm of peace.